Good girl. Get your bone. Get your bone. Get it. Get it. That's a turkey vulture. That thing's got about a 7-foot wingspan. That thing's huge. Huge. So graceful here in the wind. I don't know if you can still see it on the GoPro here. Yeah, he's about 70, 80 feet away from me. Closer, probably 50 feet now. Look at that. First time I've had a camera in my hand when they're this close. That is a big bird. That is a huge bird. So these caterpillars are going to become the white-lined sphinx moth or the hummingbird moth. Look how big this thing is. Look at this. He's like aggressive. Ah, look at that. Look, look. Look, he's trying to attack my finger. He spit some crap on me. Look at that. Ugh. Super aggressive. Look at this dude. Whoa, man, he's aggressive. Look at him, he's spitting all this crap out. Look at that. What is this? Dude, he's so aggressive. Look at that. Holy smokes, this is one of the biggest ones I've ever seen. Look at the size of him compared to my finger. Look at that, they got the freaking, got that horn on the back of him. Huh. Dude, what are you? Here's a little small one. They just eat everything in sight. There's another one. I mean, they're everywhere. They're friggin' everywhere. Look, there's another one there. Another one right here. It's crazy. This one. Okay, this one's not aggressive. This one is like staying away. But this one, this dude's like aggressive. I mean, he's just going after everybody. Is he like, what's he doing? Spitting out blood? What is that? Spitting out green stuff. That's weird. I mean, you touch this thing, it feels like you're touching a lizard. Thing's huge. There's so many of these things. Look at that. That's one of their turds. They're everywhere. They're literally just everywhere out here. It doesn't matter where I go on my 10 acres. These things are everywhere. It's crazy. Look, there's another giant one. Let's see if this dude's aggressive. Nope, look, he doesn't even care about me. You almost can't walk anywhere. Oh, I've already stepped on one. You can't walk anywhere without stepping on one. Look, they're just everywhere. Here's another one. See, this dude looks aggressive. Nope. Look how huge he is. I mean, I can feel the muscles moving in him when he moves. It feels like a freaking snake or something. Okay, I came over here on the racetrack and I found a spot in the sand. If you look, you can see all these tracks, those little tiny tracks. Those are all from those caterpillars walking through the sand. So I dug my first swale today. This took me about 3 hours. My neighbor Bruce inspired me because he's been digging a bunch of them. Right now the dirt is so soft from being how wet it is. It's real easy to do. So I don't know, it's probably 75 feet. So I'm out here having a cigar today, so I'm gonna plant this organic black beans. I'll show you how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it the easy way. I'm just gonna sprinkle them on top of that berm and let Mother Nature do what it's gonna do. It's the end of August, so there's no point in getting real fancy with what I plant. So let's see if I can put something on there that'll do a little bit of good. I'm just gonna go ultra simple. I'm just gonna sprinkle them on the berm and we'll see what germinates. See that? Nice and simple. Nothing fancy. Maybe I'll walk back across the top of it. I have no idea what's going to take and what isn't, but why not? All right, I got enough to get to the end. Look at this. Perfect. All right, now I'll go back and sprinkle a few more. I see plenty of them. Look at that. I don't know if you can see the beans. There they are. There they are. So, see all the beans on there? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to drag the spading fork along the top. That's going to kind of bury some of them, and we'll just see what germinates. This is definitely going to knock some of them down into, cover them up a little bit maybe. Looks like it's working. All right, and then I think I'll just drag along the back side of the berm too. I have no idea how well this is going to work. All right. All right, and then I'll drag along the front side too, just to cover up as many of them as I can. Whatever I miss, the rain will just drive down in there. Yeah, I think this is going to help. Probably help 2/3 of these germinate now. Look at that. It's going to work. Look at that. All right. I expect to come back and see a bunch germinated the next time it rains. It's been a couple of weeks. And after I made the video about the straw being poisoned, my friend Aja came over and she figured out something very valuable for me. She did a little investigating and figured out that it was the straw breaking down, not poisoned, but the straw breaking down at such a fast rate that it was stealing the nitrogen from all the plants. In fact, it was stealing all of the nutrients that was going to be available to the plants. So what I did is I heavily fertilized all this stuff. In fact, I ended up pouring straight urine on it one time and then fertilizing it like 3 more times and watering it all in, and everything has started to really come back to life. And that apparently is what was going on. Once this stuff started to get through that, it's doing really well. I got some acorn squash here, and it's already got a number of squash on it. It's doing its thing. It's running like a vine, running here along the fence. And this looks like it's going to be the only corn that I'm going to get that's going to really produce. This is the white Stoll's corn. But yeah, it's very good to know that the straw is not poisoned. It just locked up all the nitrogen. And there were a few people in the comments that said that. You were absolutely right. Also, somebody in the comments said that I am not a farmer, and you are absolutely correct. I am not a farmer. I'm learning to be, but I am not a farmer. There are many things that I am, and I'm definitely a farmer and a pro-level gardener. I am not. But I'm learning. Got the next multi-stage compost pile started. This is just kind of a little bit of all the garden and kitchen waste. And then I'll activate that and get it going as a hot compost coming up. The reason why these potatoes did not get the nitrogen locked up is because this straw has a bunch of pig poo in it. And the pig poo kept this stuff going. I also figured out, Aja was telling me on my other potatoes, the reason why they died off is because once it started to rain, they got overwatered. And I've backed way off on how much I'm watering these ones, and they're doing great. So, note to self for next year. Don't water quite as heavy, and or when it's raining, maybe try to do something to keep certain things from getting quite as much water. It's always a learning experience. These yellow squash have really finally taken off. We're going to have some here to harvest soon. And all the cucumbers are finally coming back. Looks like I need to do another heavy nitrogen treatment on them again. It's amazing how quickly this straw starts to steal it. And this was a combination of the straw stealing the nitrogen, and it got overwatered when it rained. But I've backed way off on the watering, and you can see we've got some new growth starting to come out again. But these potatoes are probably getting close to being done. I mean, I planted them in, I think it was the middle of May.